Hey, TGI Friday to you. Thomas Miller on the Fun Astrology Podcast. Thanks for stopping in to wrap up the week here. We will be around with Ray Merriman tomorrow. In fact, I think we get to announce the audiobook being ready, but we'll wait until do that tomorrow. It is going to be on High Timeline Publishing and hightimelinebooks.com. Both go to the same place. If you'd like to come check out and get the 2024 forecast book, here's the deal with that book. Bottom line, it's not about financial. Yes, there's money stuff in it. This is the mundane part of what he writes every year. And if you're interested in what's going on in the sky over the next couple of years, it includes 2024, but it really goes on to 2028 and even up to 2032 of these big signatures that are in the sky, particularly talking about the 0 degrees Aries point, which he calls the new era, AIRA. Go figure that one out, right? You can pick up the audiobook, cheaper than the print book, hightimelinebooks.com. I guess we just announced it. Was that what that was? I think so. We'll see you there. It's an excellent look ahead. All right, let's talk about two quick things in the sky. One is tonight, the moon leaves Libra, enters Scorpio. That's at 10:34 p.m. Back up to the void, of course, and this is what we've been watching. At 8:05 p.m. is when the void, of course, begins, and the moon squares Pluto. So that's where we were saying, is anything kind of done in this bracket now, today, for the rest of today until tonight? These are all Eastern times, is under the auspices, if you will, under that moon square Pluto. Now, we have to keep in mind, is this a huge influencing factor? No, not really. Is it consistent? Yeah, sometimes. This is something to play with. This is something that you can use. You can work with it. I think I've already seen enough to know that there is some significance with it. And what it is, I think on the optional, electional things, like, do you have to send the email right now? No. Okay, why don't you wait until the weekend? Is that possible? Yeah. Okay. If there's a possibility or you want a good outcome from it, the early morning, like 3:30 in the morning, last aspect of this Scorpio transit is a sextile to Pluto. That's better than today's square. So you can divert some things into the weekend. Now, non-electional things, you've got to get something done at work. A client wants something, blah, blah, blah. You got to live your life. This is something to play with on the side. Playing with energy, if you will. So Scorpio moon begins at 10:35 tonight, let's just say, Eastern time. And the moon's first aspect when it enters Scorpio is going to be a trine to Saturn. And then the second is going to be a conjunction with Venus. Then the third is going to be an opposition with Jupiter. And all of that happens before noon on Saturday, Eastern. So you might want to look at what's going on in your own chart related to those placements. So what's happening in early Scorpio, what's happening in early Pisces, because that's where Saturn is, what's happening in Taurus at 6 degrees, because that's where Jupiter is. So does that conjoin or oppose or otherwise aspect anything in your own chart? Be a good way to look at that and see what the weekend might hold, at least from that energetic perspective. Now, here's something you don't see all the time. I'm looking in the Honeycomb Collective, and I just mentioned 10:35. I was rounding up on that. The exact lunar ingress into Scorpio is 10:34 p.m., at least for where I am. Yours may vary here. But then, tomorrow night at 10:34 p.m., go figure the coincidence of that, Venus opposes Jupiter. So the moon opposes Jupiter in the morning, and Venus opposes it in the evening. The two benefics across from each other. Benefic tension, if you will. Riding that tension for success. Hey, whatever's Venusian or Jupiterian, you just pull that energy toward the success that you want. I actually like that aspect. I like it because Venus rules money. Jupiter is in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, which is money. So there is this money theme to it that says that if you can work through the little bit of challenge there, that rope pull on you, then maybe there's a nice money breakthrough in your future. I would claim it. I absolutely would. There's so much other crap in this chart. Why not? Lock onto that one, pull the rope, and that will open door number 3. And behind door number 3 is probably the new car. Yes. All right, you guys have a great weekend. I will be back with Ray Merriman tomorrow. We'll talk about money again, and I'll see you back on Monday. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you.